What's up, Cancer? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general tarot reading for the full moon coming up on the 26th. This will be a full moon in Cancer. It will be at 4 degrees Cancer. It's going to be at 7:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be in the 8th mansion of the moon. This is a great mansion of the moon. We're talking victory, accomplishment of like goals, like dreams, like lifelong type dreams. And the moon is touching Saturn, the moon is touching the sun, the moon is touching Jupiter. And with Jupiter and Saturn, that's a trine and a sextile, so those are good aspects. So you're talking like with Jupiter, that's like a reward. Like you might have to discover to earn it, but the reward, especially with Saturn being in the trine, but Saturn's going to give you the ability to like the focus and the practical plan to accomplish this goal. And the sun's going to make sure you're balancing out, well, you would say in this case, because it's in Capricorn and Cancer, work and family. But it's really just bringing something that's like in you to light as well, something you've been planning or something you want to accomplish, like a dream. I mean, and for Cancer ascendant, 12th or first house, right? Because, it's right there in Cancer. So 12th or first house, you're talking house of self. So again, it could be some major accomplishment, some major change in yourself. Something that you finally accomplished either for yourself, within yourself, and maybe, or like physically even, like, and then for 12th house, you're talking like really psychic energy. You're talking secret enemies, foreign lands, that types of things, psychic ability. And with all this there, I mean, you may accomplish something. You could accomplish, literally a dream, like a literal dream may manifest in your world. You may defeat some kind of enemy, whatever that may be, whether it be something within yourself or like another, or an actual enemy, which I hope none of you have enemies. But yeah, and with Saturn there, he's definitely all about that. You want Saturn in the 12th house, or that's one thing Saturn will do in the 12th house. If you have Saturn in the 12th house, he will defeat your enemies. He will protect you from your enemies. I know that sounds crazy because Saturn's a bad planet, and the 12th house isn't exactly the best house. But because of that, and Saturn is a malefic, that's why it's positive for him there. Even though that's, depending on if you follow Vedic astrology or ancient astrology, you're talking that house is ruled by Jupiter, so he would really hate it. But realistically, it's ruled by Neptune. See again, nothing will come of this situation. So there's some kind of situation that you need to disengage from, something like that. Only you can know what that is, and it'll be different for each of you because it's a general reading. So I can't really say specifically what the situation is, and it'll be, like I said, it'll be different for each of you. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread, by the way. I don't have a lot of time, still holiday season. Ooh, right there. So it's going to be a shorter reading, but I'm going to trying to get straight to the point. I don't have a ton of time, still holidays. Actually, I'm recording this is going to be uploaded on Christmas. And it's also a great time of year for this moon, right? This is the time of year, the celebration of Yule. For Christians, it'd be the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, even though he definitely was not born this time of year. They have no idea when Christ was born, and the dates that they can come up with, most of them, none of them fall in December. This is really about the solstice. Basically the days getting shorter to finally starting to get longer again. That's this major celebration around it. For Rome, it was Saturnalia, which Saturn, because it's the darkest time of year, and they thought he was the most outer planet at that time with the technology they had or ability to see planets. They thought he was the last one. So that's why they put it as the coldest time of year, and it's at the end of the year, Saturnalia, so the worship of Saturn. But it's really a worship of the process of the sun. But anyway, and then like with Scandinavia, the celebration of Yule, burning the Yule log, the tree's partly based off that. That's Norse culture. The tree of life, Yggdrasil, and then also the tree of life in the Kabbalah. I mean, Christmas is really a pagan holiday that we all celebrate. Even though it's in every religion, you've seen a celebration around this time. They just adapted it to that religion as time went on. A lot of the stories are even the same. Anyway, with that being said, Cancer, let me get to your reading. I know I'm rambling on here. So, nothing will come of this situation. Somebody is doing something behind your back. Or it's you doing it to yourself. You got 2 sevens here, right? 7 crossing a 7. This is like, could be somebody like being sneaky behind your back, but it could also be your own thoughts, like robbing you of the present situation, like keeping you from experiencing it in maybe like a positive way. Instead, you're taking that away from yourself and like experiencing it in a negative way. This could be like too many ideas, like floaty headedness, like not being able to pin it down, confusion. So something has got you confused. Could be with a specific person. If it is, it's probably, it's one of these two. It's going to be either earth or water sign, most likely. It's hard to say that the water sign wouldn't be you because you're Cancer. But it doesn't have to be. It could be two different people even. But it's saying like you're in a resting phase right now, like, or you're about to go into one. I think that, yeah, you need to leave whatever the situation is and like get away from it, rest from it, do something different. Because in the recent past, it may be like you had a new beginning in something, or this new opportunity presented itself in the recent past, and like you're already like, this is not what I thought it was. It could be like a job or something, and you know what you thought you were going to get paid, or how you thought you were going to pay, maybe it's commission or something like that. But something in the job didn't work out, and you're like, yo, this ain't for me. And so it's saying like you may have to step back if it's something to do with work, and it could be because this card can represent that. But it's some kind of new beginning or new idea or new like pursuit that you had recently, like in the recent past, like you started pursuing it. And then like the future is saying you just got to rest from it. Like it's not the time for it. Could have been a family member that dragged you into it. It ended up being what they described it as, because that could be somebody from your past, family members. Or that's what's on your conscious mind during this time of year is your family during the holidays. And that, I mean, whose isn't? That's what this time of year is all about, is family, right? In the unconscious mind, you have an unconscious influence. So there is some kind of like unconscious, maybe even psychic energy around you right now that's like might be guiding what you're doing. Because it could be secrets too. There could be you could be like, well, either you're keeping secrets or you think there are secrets floating around, and that's what's got you confused. But it's saying like, stop worrying about that. Like you can't separate from that, rest from that, because it's just nothing's going to come from the situation. This is your situation right now, or you right now, and that's why I could say it could be the water sign not be you, because this is the position in the Celtic cross of you. And you, it's saying, hey, you've got it all. Like, or you're opulent. You've got your material needs are all met. Or maybe this is what you thought the situation should be. But realistically, it's saying this is, whatever this situation is, you don't need it. Because it's saying that you're good. Like, you don't really need it. Like, if it's a way of making money, you're good. You don't have to worry about it. Like, you definitely have what you need. Or that could have been an earth sign. They got you into that. Maybe the family member was an earth sign. Or a water sign. And dragged you into it. Because this is what's in your environment. So it's more likely that this is the person that was influencing you in some way, or that you were working with, or that you're having these thoughts about. A watery sign. They could be another Cancer. It could be Scorpio or Pisces. And it wouldn't have to be their sun either, right? You could be a sun Capricorn and be very watery with an ascendant and a moon or a stellium there. Like you could be a really Cancerian individual as like a Capricorn or Scorpio or something. Well, Scorpio probably kind of similar to Cancer already if you really know the signs. But yeah, that person could be definitely influencing you in your environment right now. But the advice is saying like just keep planning. Planning, take a step back and plan, right? 'Cause this is like chilling out, and this is planning. So you might need to separate from whatever the situation is. It's like I said, different for everybody, general reading, and you need to start planning, right? Because you could be trying to get in with like a big corporation, or you're thinking really big. Like the outcome is going to be big. And if it's a spiritual thing, I mean, this is a spiritual card. This is connecting to God. If that's what you're trying to do, right? I think we all are, regardless. It's programmed in us, even doing it unconsciously if we're not doing it consciously, to seek bigger, to try to understand why we're here, that kind of thing. I think it's kind of inherent in all of us. Now, whatever we attach to in our way of like describing it, or our own axioms, it's idiosyncratic to everyone, and it's unique. And I'm not saying anyone's is more correct than anyone else's. Everyone's is unique and just as valid as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, you could be hitting like a big spiritual thing. You could be working for a big company. You could be trying to create a big company. Organization. Maybe somebody wants to buy you out from something that you have or that you've done. Yeah. But either way, the outcome is really good. It looks like you're in your head a lot. You're confused. Like your own thoughts are stealing from you. Like your own confusion is like stealing from you. If that makes sense. That's what's crossing you. But everything around it is good. And like this unconscious influence. I mean, like I said, it could be really psychic. Trust your intuition. Cancer is a very psychic sign. Intuition is very strong with the Cancer. Some would argue even that it could be the strongest. I mean, when it comes to the aspect of intuitiveness specifically, I would say Cancer, all the water signs are going to be really intuitive, but I'd say Cancer's probably, when it comes to that aspect of it, like intuitive. But I break it down like psychic stuff and like in different ways. Like it depends on the way you intake stimulus. Anyway, I'm not going to go into all that. But anyway, step back from it, rest from it, plan, and then make your big move. I think you're going to make big moves, but you need to step back from it right now, especially if it's got you confused or upset or like confused or thinking somebody might be taking something from you. You need to step back. Don't let that energy take hold. Step back, reevaluate, plan, make the big move. All right, Cancer, that's all I have. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I think the comments are what really help with propagating the videos. That's my theory anyway, because I've noticed when I get a specific amount of, or if I get more comments, especially a long comment on one, it seems to get shared more. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, and I could be completely incorrect about that, by the way. It's just something I've kind of noticed on my channel. But either way, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just grateful that you're here for any amount of time. And with that being said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope your New Year is very very I feel like mine's going to be, and I hope it's like that for everyone else. But anyway, thanks for being here, and I hope to see you here again.